tower. Note on the bottom left that we have our speed and altitude graphics that will increase. They'll get faster and faster as the atmosphere gets thinner. And we've got BE-3 right now pushing the New Shepard rocket at 100% power level.
How exciting about 3G our astronauts would be experiencing as they are ascending into space.
What are they doing? You did this.
I know, it's crazy.
Lunatic.
And again, the team here has been able to bring us that audio from the families that are watching as close as you can get to this launch and cheering on this flight crew, a perfect 10. Godspeed, New Shepard. Godspeed, a perfect 10. I mean, certainly look at that BE-3 plume. It's the colorless plume of a liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen engine, throttling back right now for max Q. Actually, we've passed max Q, so BE-3 is back to 100% power level. So from here on out, Isabella, we're going to be faster and faster as the atmosphere gets thinner and thinner.
That's right.
Look at her soar.
We've got a beautiful contrail there that the cameras are picking up, right? So that's just the moisture condensing as New Shepard pierces through the atmosphere.
Mach 2, twice the speed of sound.
Oh my God.
We had a call there for Mach 2 from one of the observers. They must be tuned into the telemetry as well. That's twice the speed of sound, and this crew is supersonic.
Joyous with laughter.
Right here in about 15 seconds, we anticipate the next milestone to be main engine cutoff. Nico, let's look for that. There we have it. Nico, in short succession here, will be vehicle separation, and then our astronauts will get to experience 0G prior to capsule apogee. Great view there from the propulsion module, looking down to West Texas, my favorite part of this world. The 0G indicator is flashing. We are getting very close to apogee there. You'll see the velocity meter hit 0.
I can only imagine what our astronauts are feeling right now. They have made it to what they came for today. They are in space, floating at 0G.
Oh, and enjoying these views, right? From some of the largest windows to have ever flown in space. We hear their reflections on the way back, but I can't imagine what they're seeing.
To the loved ones on the ground, wave hello. Your loved ones are in space.
And this tracking shot there, you can see both vehicles there in the middle of your screen as they reach apogee. Okay, we have apogee. We're on the way back down. We're beyond the Kármán line. What an exciting, exciting mission for a perfect 10. Wow, yeah, we've got great astronaut audio coming in. I heard
1 minute warning
of, excitement. And the 1 minute warning of microgravity so that the astronauts have full situational awareness of how much longer they've got in microgravity. Well, you can notice the telemetry on the bottom of your screen is tracking the telemetry of the booster. So it is coming in faster and faster, and the altitude is decreasing over time. Oh, go ahead.
What a great shot, though, being able to see both the booster and the capsule as they make their separate returns back to planet Earth.
Yeah, no, a clear day for weather. Everything's been picture perfect so far. And now we anticipate the booster will land about 2 miles north of the launch pad on our landing pad, right? And as we start to reach that atmospheric pierce point, those aerodynamic control surfaces on the booster begin to do more and more work. And so we expect that booster first and then our crew capsule. Just a great shot there about how the booster was getting faster, more quickly relative to the gumdrop-shaped crew capsule. Yeah, look, it just looks like the booster is floating, right? It's perfectly positioned. We do have those forward fins, it looks like, have been deployed, and those aft fins, you can even see them moving as they're steering the booster over the landing pad. Coming up, we'll see the drag brakes deploy. Oh, there they are, wow. Look at those deploying, and this cuts the speed of the booster in half.
Such a clean and smooth descent on that booster. Mighty impressive, Team Blue.
B3 engine relight. Here we go. Last 1,000 feet over the landing pad. And a great drone shot with Guadalupe Peak in the background. Looks like touchdown, tail 4. Wow. Welcome back to Earth, New Shepard booster. Incredible shot.
Phenomenal job, Team Blue. But everyone watching at home, stay tuned, hang in there. This show is not over by a long shot. Soon here, we're going to be seeing our capsule and know that our astronauts are returning home safely to Earth. Much to stay tuned for.
Right, and so these folks now are seated, they're buckled, they're experiencing 5Gs, and then we've got the shot of the crew capsule coming in.
How phenomenal. Again, Eddie, as you mentioned, that is gumdrop shaped, so that way it can help on its return to Earth, ensuring that it slows its descent. Now, while the parachutes are essential to providing...
Sorry to interrupt. Those are the drogues. Those drogue chutes will pull the main parachutes out here shortly. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Isabella.
No, we want to see those drogues come out because shortly here, we are anticipating our wonderful parachutes. Here they are now. And as they expand, we have not one, not two, but 3 beautiful, fully broadened, wonderful parachutes. Look at those go. Now, those parachutes are what's going to help make a gentle and soft touchdown, as well as a couple other safety systems we have in place. We do have a retro thrust system that's at the base of the capsule that, again, as we near the desert, as we near the ground, again, is going to soften that landing.
Right, so we call that the terminal deceleration system, the TDS system, and it essentially pushes pressurized gas towards the desert. It's like a hockey puck, if you've ever played air hockey at an arcade. It sort of just floats over the desert as it's kicking up that West Texas dust.
That's right. So if you're watching for the first time, I always like to note that dust we want to see. It is a dusty desert that we have, so that retro thrust system is, again, what's going to push up that dust.
All right, less than 1,000 feet to go here before the retro thrust system fires. If we've got a good drone shot, look for those happy astronauts with thumbs up signs and clapping. See how close we can get.
And touchdown. Welcome back, astronauts.
I mean, perfect 10. Should we say that?
I'd say 10 out of 10 for our astronauts and for the whole program here at Blue Origin.
I mean, it's always incredible to see a great and easy touchdown for our New Shepard crew capsule. Now, our crew capsule recovery team is currently driving out in a convoy to meet the astronauts. They're going to safe the capsule and get ready to open the hatch.
I am just thrilled for our astronauts, and I know that they certainly are, and it's setting in right now as they have just freshly returned to Earth and our newly minted astronauts. That's 5 of those, and Lane having been minted a second time.
Yeah, look, you still have that West Texas dust sort of lingering there from the retro firing system. The crew capsule comes back in a passive state, and so the team knows ahead of time more than likely where in the West Texas desert the capsule will land. Actually, from the drone shot we have there, we're pretty close to the road. So we'll anticipate that recovery team coming in on the road there to, to safe the capsule. They'll be led by crew member 7, and then they'll, greet their family members and just celebrate that they've been to space.
That's right. And as you can see, we're going to let our astronauts have their moment, take up that space inside of the capsule and commemorate their return to Earth with those that have only been on the journey with them and their other 5 astronauts that are on board with them.
So, Isabella, while we wait, we do have a special guest today, one of our former New Shepard astronauts, someone who has experienced this same flight profile firsthand that was in this crew capsule, Mario Ferreira. Mario, bom dia, como vai, tudo bem? How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me good? Good afternoon. Congratulations.
Yes, Mario, I've got you loud and clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Congratulations to the new arrived team, especially to Jesus, our friend here from Spain that I was very happy to meet before he went into this space trip. And I just can feel how excited he is right now after these intensive and fantastic 10 minutes.
No, Mario, thank you for joining us to share your experience. How is it to be in the crew capsule, having just gone to space, but before crew member 7 comes, before the family and friends? What is that moment like when it's just you and your crew touch down on terra firma?
Well, for sure, they're living a huge moment of adrenaline release. At the same time, they are feeling great by touching ground. They're looking over the windows to see who's approaching. But they all, for sure, if you get in the sound of the capsule, they're all excited, and a lot of us were screaming with all that adrenaline pumping up through our bodies, and with the happiness and joy of having such a thrilled experience and coming through, especially on this re-entry and coming down the capsule. It's a memorable experience for me in terms of physical experience. The return was actually more intense than the takeoff, and of course the most memorable of all good feelings was being in space in zero gravity, looking out of the window. That is something that they will never forget, as I will never forget them.
No, Mario, you said it exactly right? You experience almost 3 Gs on the way up, 5 Gs on the way down, and 0 Gs when you're up there, so you really cover the full range there. Mario, let me ask, we know Jesus is very famous in his home country of Spain, and that he interviewed you for a documentary that recently aired on Amazon. I think it's called Calleja en el Espacio. Tell